everyone, coming up here on the Pro Wrestling Show presents the Raw Ring Report. Coming up, we talking about this tonight. We'll hear from the new Intercontinental Champion Braun Breaker and main event Jey Uso, the former champion, after their matches from last week. After Braun Breaker regained the Intercontinental Championship for the second time, we'll see from Braun Breaker coming up. Also, too, Dirty Dominic Mysterio. He will face a former world champion selected by Raw General Manager Adam Pearce. Who that world champion can be, I know who, and I'll tell you a little bit coming up. Also, too, the finals of the tag team tournament, the crown new tag team contenders for the tag team championship. The New Day, the LWA, and the World Wars collide for the #1 contendership for the world tag team titles in a triple threat match. We'll get to it as we get the Raw Ring Report started right now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. I'm your host, as always, Kendra Dix here. Glad you can join us on the Pro Wrestling Show. Join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on Connect and our digital platforms as well. Join in that conversation. Like I said, join in. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe is caring. Tell a friend, call a friend. Hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing. Man, oh man, the Raw Ring Report is here and live. So, let's get things started with this. Seth freaking Rollins. Seth Rollins standing by. You can tell Seth Rollins trying to get himself together. And Seth Rollins will be awaiting Bronson Reed, who he will meet at Crown Jewel this Saturday in Saudi Arabia. Seth Rollins, you won't forget what Seth Rollins did tonight. Well, let's get started with this. Seth freaking Rollins did not waste no time whatsoever. Seth Rollins tried to take the boots to what's his name tonight, to Bronson Reed. Bronson Reed and Seth Rollins had another backstage brawl that brawled out, and Seth Rollins and them fighting outside the ring, and they doing so. You can tell Crown Jewel is going to be a heck of a pay-per-view with these monsters, these two beating the holy crap out of each other and making some way somehow throughout the whole entire arena. Bronson Reed took Seth Rollins out. Seth Rollins and Bronson Reed using inanimate objects throughout, and Bronson Reed get the last laugh. But can Bronson Reed do so against Seth Rollins this Saturday at Crown Jewel? Don't forget, we'll have the Crown Jewel Predict the Outcome special as well as the Crown Jewel Review show that Saturday evening for that, probably around about 6 o'clock. So look for that. But Bronson Reed sent a message to Seth Rollins that he wants to be a main eventer. He wants to be a big-time player with the big boys play. And Bronson Reed may be having his way with Seth Rollins if he can, coming up this Saturday. We'll see. It's coming up. Well, we get to this. Well, we saw the reunion of the Usos. The Usos are back, and the Usos are back in living color. The Usos they reunited this past Friday on SmackDown. The Usos on the same page. The Usos want to go against the Bloodline. The Usos now putting their differences aside. Who can forget this whole entire year when they both was at each other's throats? And now the Uso brothers now coming together as one on a common bond to take down the Bloodline. The Usos might have to look for some reinforcements and stuff, and they might have to, with the Uso brothers doing what they're doing as well. Jimmy asking Jay to come with him to SmackDown to make amends with Roman, and Roman will make amends with Jay as well on what went down and with the feud with as well. Don't forget, in Wrestling Hot Topics, we'll talk about Rikishi. Have some words again about Jay not holding the championship as long as he did the Intercontinental title. Jay made a good Intercontinental champion, to be honest. But Jay and Jimmy, we're looking forward to that, and we'll tell you. We'll tell you now. Jay and Jimmy trying to recruit Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn and Jay, they had their ups and downs. They had a complicated relationship when they was in their original bloodline. Now they can put those differences aside and work together. They were trying to get more reinforcement to reunite the original bloodline. I don't know why Sami Zayn is in this group at all, but I kind of get it now since he was a part of the original bloodline, and it was Roman that the one that tried to bring them together, and Jay wanted to do so and stuff with Sammy. So it's a lot going on, and I think to me, we could see the reuniting of the bloodline and stuff, heading back and heading forward and stuff. Um, like I said, they're doing this slow build for Survivor Series. As you can tell, Adam Pearce, the general manager of Raw, trying to get involved, and you can tell the Usos was ready to want some of you know who, and had to save them away. So it's a lot going on and a lot at stake as well. So you can only tell and only figure out what's the foundation is going to be heading towards that way. But like I said, it's so much going on in that bloodline. Like we can tell you that, hey, that could be the possibility going and stuff and how that's going to be. But Jay and Jimmy saw Sammy talking to Solo. What's going on with that? With Solo Sokoa and them? Is he trying to recruit Sammy into the bloodline? Who knows? But it's just so wild and crazy. We'll just have to wait and see on what's gonna go down with that. But you can tell um, Sami Zayn is gonna be torn, and he's gonna choose between. He's gonna choose Jay because they got a good bond, a good friendship and stuff, and how that's gonna go. It just at first it was just out of whack, out of place, but you kind of know it makes sense because of that original bloodline and how that's gonna go. So we'll see. We'll see. Speaking of that, former women's champion Rhea Ripley saying she hasn't forgot. She's going to do what she can in her power and her testament to get what she needs to get at, to come back forward, come back stronger than ever before. Rhea Ripley, they're doing these pre-tape vignettes. And Rhea Ripley saying she's going to get her hands on Liv Morgan and Dominic one way or another. So Rhea Ripley wants to get her hands on her some way, somehow. We'll tell you what Dirty Dom did. Well, the Miz and R-Truth, they used to be former tag team partners. They won the tag team championships at WrestleMania. Miz trying to suck in R-Truth. R-Truth saying he's not buying it. R-Truth trying to tell Miz that the Wyatt Six is going to get him in the final testament down the road. So I think they kind of know on what's going to go down and eventually how it's going to go down. But R-Truth telling like he sees it, what he's gonna do, and how he's gonna move forward and stuff. But you can tell right here the Judgment Day right here, along with General Manager Adam Pearce. We know Dirty Dom wants to prove himself to his Judgment Day group. Dirty Dom wants to become aspire to be a world champion. Dirty Dom got the win a match against a former world champion, and we kind of knew what the former world champion was. It was none other than Damien Priest. Damien Priest will go against Dirty Dominic Mysterio tonight, and Damien Priest has an opportunity to take it to Dirty Dom and show Dirty Dom what he's gonna do and how he's gonna roll and stuff. I think Dirty Dom Mysterio might have to play his cards right and see what he's gonna do as well. But we'll get to that a little bit later as well. Well, the Creed brothers were in action. The Creed brothers were in action. American Alpha, they was in action, and the Creed brothers, along with Ivory Nile, as Ivory Nile won against Selena Vega. Easy match for Ivory Nile, taking down Selena Vega. The Creed brothers got the job done tonight in the Creeds with the help of Ivory Nile. Get it done as American made. Speaking of that, Sheamus was in action as well. Sheamus won against Lou Kaiser. Sheamus, the Celtic Warrior, won against Lou Kip Visor, beating him tonight. Sheamus gets the win over Lou Kip Visor tonight. Sheamus making an immediate impact tonight for Luke Advisor. Well, we tell you this. Miz being confronted by the Final Testament, and the Final Testament told Miz that, hey, you need to come up with some solutions, or we're gonna break your leg. Miz, like in a rock and a hard place, telling them to bring Bo Dallas along. I think Bo Dallas is gonna have to do what he needs to do. Sorry about the color scheme, y'all. We're gonna change this color scheme right quick because it's a red scheme, not a blue scheme. It's not SmackDown. There you go, a little bit better right there. Sorry about that, folks. Like we said, um, he said that tonight, and he's gonna do for it exactly. So we'll see what Mia's gonna do. Well, we tell you this: the Royal Raiders are the new number one contenders for the World Tag Team Championships. They will meet the Judgment Day down the road. The Royal Raiders doing what they need to do, returning back. I like them when they was part of Ring of Honor, the original Ring of Honor, as War Machine. I'm surprised they didn't call themselves War Machine. But hey, that tells you everything you need to know. The War Raiders are back. They are in hunt for the World Tag Team Championship coming up on Judgment Day. Balor and Madonna must defend the Tag Team Championships against the War Raiders. The War Raiders looking for to win some Tag Team gold on Raw. You can tell this is Triple H's led team. Triple H doing the same with the Mostly Machine Guns on SmackDown. So the Machine Guns keeping their options valid. I'll say that right now. Well, we get to can we show this right quick? Yeah, the War Machine taking down Rey Mysterio and American made tonight. And more ways than one. And how that went and how that settled in on that tonight. Well, we get to this. Dirty Dom Mysterio in the main event, looking for to become a world champion. He aspires to become a world champion, but he had to go through Damien Priest and Dirty Dominic Mysterio get the win over Damien by rolling up, by cheating right here, by doing what he needed to do and doing so tonight. And Dirty Dominic Mysterio cheated. Damien Priest did not let that go by beating the holy crap out of Dominic Mysterio by cheating. Dominic Mysterio get the win, but we don't know what's next. But Dirty Dom put himself in world title contention. In that world title contention, we just have to wait and see and how that's going to go down and stuff. So it's a lot tonight on how that went down. So Dirty Dominic Mysterio did get the win tonight and prove himself that he could be a world champion by any means necessary by cheating. And he did so tonight by cheating. So hey, we'll see. But only the story and the drama continues on. But I think they're trying to continue on the story from SmackDown with the Bloodline, continuing the story with the Usos trying to see where Sami Zayn's head at because they need him for Survivor Series. You can tell that. You can look at and tell how it's going to go. And but what was this meeting all about tonight with Solo and Sami Zayn? That's what the Usos are kind of curious to see and what went down. So we'll see. We looking forward to SmackDown this week when the Usos come to make amends with Roman and how that's going to go down eventually. We'll see. All right. That is the Raw Ring Report. We move forward to Wrestling Hot Topics. On Wrestling Hot Topics, we talk about this. Samantha Irvin, she keeps on talking and talking and talking. The former ring announcer made shockwaves last week when she announced that she departed from WWE and she wanted to spend more time not doing nothing. Samantha Irvin saying that this right here, this was kind of shock to me right here. She said right here, We show this right here. When he was at WWE, all he ever heard that he was a job or he was in catering. Now he's actually paid to put on good matches as well. I mean, she kind of did a hornet's nest to herself, but Samantha Irvin's being truthful about it. But it's sort of like she's just kind of spilling a lot of, like the women say, spilling tea and stuff. But she just telling everything. But hey, Samantha Irvin kind of leaving that way and leaving towards that way. So who knows what Samantha Irvin's going to do and going to say. But I'm thinking to myself, like, she just telling everything. But hey, this is what Samantha Irvin wants to tell. Hopefully, she'll just annoy these folks on Twitter and online and move on with her life. So Ricochet making decent money for himself. Well, Rikishi, another person that just can't keep his mouth shut. Rikishi saying that he feels that Jay should have got a longer run as Continental Champion. The Big Keish saying that main event Jay Uso should have got a longer time run. We didn't hear from Braun, but we know that main event Jay Uso is going to be involved in this Bloodline storyline, heading up for Survivor Series along with his brother, Sami Zayn. So it's a lot going on with that. So Rikishi couldn't help himself but to keep his mouth shut. But Rikishi, that's what Rikishi does. Rikishi just that father that wants to say what's on his mind. When he got his boys, Solo, Jay and Jimmy, all gonna be part of the Survivor Series main event. You can tell the Bloodline versus Bloodline at Survivor Series. We're gonna see that all the Samoans beating the living hell out of each other. And it's gonna happen at Survivor Series in Vancouver. So we could see that being that way and a possibility, but the Big Keish just couldn't help himself get ready and stuff. So hey, we can see how that's gonna go. All right. We're gonna leave you with the Raw Ring Report with this. What the Usos trying to reunite with Sami Zayn to get Sami Zayn back on the same page with them. We know Sami's gonna be on the same page, but this is what's gonna happen. What is Sami doing with Solo, the tribal chief, trying to get him to see what's going on? A lot of unanswered questions we'll see, as well as Dominic Mysterio winning his match tonight over Damien Priest tonight. We'll see what that's going to lead to. All right. Thank you for watching the Pro Wrestling Show presents the Raw Report here on the Pro Wrestling Show. We'll see you tomorrow for the NXT Ring Report here on the Pro Wrestling Show. See you later.